Hi. Imagine carrying the weight of an entire nation. Imagine being 41 years old, stepping onto the biggest stage in the world football for the sixth time, knowing that this is your final shot. That's exactly what Cristiano Ronaldo faces this summer. But there is a twist. For the first time in the World Cup careers, Portugal don't need Cristiano Ronaldo to carry them because in 2026 Portugal have arguably the most complete squad ever assembled. We are talking about Bruno Fernandes, João Neves, Rafael Leão, Vitinha, Bernardo Silva, Ruben Diaz. This is just not a just random talented team. This team can genuinely win the World Cup. So today we are breaking down everything with squad, tactics, manager, young star, key battles, and the biggest question of all, is it the finally year for Portugal? Let's go and deep dive about this. First, let us understand who this manager is, who this man in the dugout is. Roberto Martinez took charge of Portugal in January 2023, and from day one, the critic was out for them, and it was loud. People remember Belgium's stink office. He literally took a golden generation of Belgium, and he never won any major trophy. Many believe Portugal has made the wrong choice, but let's take a look at the reality. Martinez won 25 matches in charge. Portugal lifted UEFA Nation League title, right? You guys remember beating Spain. They cruised through the World Cup qualification, scoring more goals than anyone else in their group. This is philosophically simple. Control the game, control the ball, control the opponent. That's Roberto Martinez for you. Portugal has around 71% percentage of possession under Roberto Martinez. That was never the case previously. This his preferred system is fluid 4-3-3 on that can quickly change into 4-2-3-1. Bruno Fernandes is the operator as Bruno Fernandes the operator plays as a creator. Vitinha and João Neves drive the midfield, and out wide there is Rafael Leão, Pedro Neto, who provides space and more importantly provides chaos. Now, is Martinez perfect? Absolutely no. Euro 2024 disappointment still, I mean, it lingers around, right? The biggest criticism remains the same. Can he win when the pressure is high? Can he finally deliver a major knockout tournament? This World Cup will be that answer for Roberto Martinez. Let's analyze the 27 man squad that he named, right? So on the player above, the players usually a lot of teams announce 26 squads. He went with 27 squad because he paid a tribute to Diogo Jota, honorably mentioned, and it reflects the unity of the squad for sure. And let's break down by position to position what this 26 men can do on the field. Let's start with goalkeeper. Portugal number one goalkeeper will be Diego Costa. He is special, only 26 years old, yet among the elite European goalkeepers. He's calm, he's confident, excellent with the ball in his field. A leader from the back. Behind him, you will find Rui Silva, Jose Sa, and Ricardo, the four goalkeepers. And the choice for the demand for the long tournament, right? Overall, basically. Goalkeeping is a major strength. Again, Diego Costa is the number one. Let's go to defense, and I grade them 8.5 out of 10. It starts with Ruben Diaz, the world class centre back, a leader, a warrior. I believe after Cristiano Ronaldo step away from Portugal, I know there's going to be a lot of shouts for captainship ban to Bruno, but Ruben Diaz, literally, if he wears that band, that suits his profile for sure. He's a leader from back, a player who elevates everyone around him. Alongside him, you'll find Gonzalo Inacio. He's only 24 years old, but already playing with remarkable maturity. A fullback, right? These fullbacks are like a hot spice in your mouth, right? João Cancelo attacks like a winger, while Nuno Mendes provides explosive pace on from the left. Depth comes from Diego Dalot, Nelson, Thomas, and Vega. Right, these are the wing backs option. The only concern is when Cancelo push forward, space open up behind. Fast teams will target that area, but overall, this remains one of the biggest strength defensively. This is one of the biggest, one of the strongest defensively unit in the World Cup, in this World Cup squads. What Portugal has. Let's move to midfield. Let me give you right away. It's 9.5 out of 10. This is where Portugal becomes terrifying. Bruno Fernandes, the heartbeat, the creator, the leader, a player capable to change game with one pass or one shot or one movement. Behind him, you'll find Vitinha, technical magician, always available, always composed, always moving. Then there is João Neves, just 20 years old man. Look what he's doing at PSG. Yet already playing beyond his years. His pressing, his intelligence, his compose, he all elite. And then you have Bernardo Silva, right? One of the most versatile footballers in the world. He can play almost everywhere and excellent, right? Add Matthias Nunez, add Ruben Neves, right? That's playing in Al Ahly in Saudi. And suddenly you're looking at the midfield that might be the best in the entire tournament. Genuine 9.5 out of 10. And let's talk about the topic of the day, attack. Complicated, brilliant, dangerous, and led by one man, Cristiano Ronaldo, 41 years old, heading to his 6th World Cup, a record never achieved before. He's the greatest international goal scorer in men history of all time. Despite his age, you never write off Cristiano Ronaldo, not on this stage, not in this moment. Portugal attacks is about more than Cristiano. It's Rafael Leão, one of the most explosive wingers in the world football. You have Pedro Neto, he's very direct, fearless, aggressive. João Felix, a player capable for magic. And Francisco, an impact substitute who can change the game. And Ramos, perhaps the biggest tactical question is of all, will you start him ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo? I'll leave that question to you. It's a debate that will follow Portugal throughout this tournament, right? And you know how the pundits are. They're stupid. They go behind this Cristiano Ronaldo like crazy if he steps anything wrong. The biggest loss is Diego Jota, no doubt. His passing, his pressing, his work rate, his versatility, right? There's no one fully replaced that. Make no mistake, Portugal have goals everywhere in this attack. So that's gonna be great. And let's talk about players to watch out for. 5 players, 5 stories, 5 reasons to watch Portugal. Number 1, João Neves, 20 years old. This could be a tournament that introduces him to entire world, right? Already he is on the charts with PSG. Second, Rafael Leão, player capable of turning defender in and out. One spin, one dribble, one movement. That's all he needs, right? Number 3, Gonçalo Ramos, the man at the center of Portugal, the biggest selection dilemma for Martinez. 4 is Gonzalo Inacio, elegant, composed, modern, a centre back built for elite football. And number 5 is the man, the myth, the legend, Cristiano Ronaldo. Because even now, history follows him everywhere. And at the World Cup, everything feels possible, right? And let's move to the key battles that Portugal gonna face. Portugal is in Group K along with Colombia, Uzbekistan, and DR Congo. On the paper, favorable draw, but the World Cup never that simple, right? DR Congo arrives with the belief, Uzbekistan arrives with history, and Colombia arrives with real quality. The final group match could be the biggest test for before the knockout. If the Portugal go on the top of the group, the path opens up. The round of 16 should be manageable, but after that, everything changes. Potentially heavyweight clash, tactical battles, champions level pressure, and championship level pressure, and margin becomes thinner. One mistake, one movement, one goal, right? And everything changes right after quarterfinals. Portugal have talent, and now they must prove that they have the mentality for it, right? And what are the realistic expectations with this team? So, what Portugal realistic expectations are? Let's be honest. Portugal has never won the World Cup. There's the best finish. The third place is the best finish they got in 1966. They reached another semi-final in 2006, but recent tournaments have often ended in heartbreaks. Yet this feels different. They have depth, balance, and they have experience this time around. They have perhaps the strongest midfield in the tournament. A semi-final appearance should be minimum expectation with this talented squad. A final is absolutely possible, and if everything clicks, who knows? Even the trophy isn't out reach for them, right? But one question remains: can Portugal finally overcome the knockout pressure? And because that's the challenge that has defined the modern history, and it's the challenge that will be defined the entire World Cup as well, for sure. So let's understand that Portugal in 2026 is Cristiano's farewell and João Neves' first World Cup. A squad built for this moment, right? A manager with everything to prove, and the nation daring to dream. That's what Portugal people will do. This may be the most complete Portugal team ever assembled, and the greatest opportunity, the biggest test, and perhaps this bigger chance to make history. Will Cristiano Ronaldo finally lift the trophy that he always, he always wanted to do that, or will heartbreak strike him again? One thing is certain: you do not want to miss Portugal matches in this World Cup. Even if you enjoyed the breakdown, please, if you enjoyed the breakdowns, please hit the like button, subscribe it for the World Cup coverage, and please let me know in the comments that what more that you expect in terms of squad analysis that I can bring to you, and give me a realistic expectation that how far this team can go. And thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Ciao.